Hi, everyone. This is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking about something different. I was not even planning on doing a Thursday Night Live tonight. I've got a lot of things on my plate and a lot of things I've been dealing with for the last couple of days and trying to just get things ready before I head out of town on a business trip. But I really felt completely led to do this tonight, even though I wasn't really in the mood for it, kind of thing. But one of the things that's really important is I've had so many clients email me, text message me, message, or I'm saying everything under the sun. Um, Looking for kind of like some type of insight into the Ukraine and how they're feeling. I've had clients telling me that like last night they couldn't sleep at all. They felt lost. They felt afraid or overwhelmed. And kind of this is before anybody knew anything, like before anything was out. People were just feeling this energy. Um, if you're on any of them, make sure you stop in and say hi so I know that you're here. And then if you have any questions, this is not necessarily about the political side of any of this. This is um, really about kind of like the light worker side and kind of the energy that's going on. Hey, Miss Sharon. Hey, Panther. Ooh, I like that. First time here. I'm glad. It's one of those to me, Deanna, it's one of those, hi. I like I said, I wasn't planning on doing it tonight. I just felt like I had to kind of give some light workers some energy, insights into what's going on with them. I've had, like I said, I've had tons of clients reach out to me, kind of like I have no idea what's going on. I feel overwhelmed. Um, I myself couldn't sleep last night. I didn't fall asleep until like 6 o'clock this morning, then had to get up at 8 for clients and that sort of thing. And then I had several of them that like tried to wake up but like couldn't. It was like almost like they kept falling back asleep. So this is all kind of like light worker energy that we're dealing with. I've had clients for probably a probably good 7 to 10 days really talking about like overeating. And I don't mean just like, you ate too much, or I'm saying like you had a couple of too many bites for dinner or something like that. We're talking, I had a client that ate 17 chocolate bars the other day, and it's like a self-soothing for her. Just Sharon saying that like couldn't sleep either. And then I had some people that were like they couldn't eat anything at all. If they tried to eat, it just kind of like repelled their energy. Just kind of like, I can't, almost like they weren't sick, but they felt like I just can't handle this energy right now. So kind of the really important part to understand is what you're having is kind of light worker reactions to things. And some people understand light workers, some people don't. When I first heard the word, I was like, what are you talking about? I have no clue what you're saying. It was just kind of overwhelming, kind of like, I don't get any of this. So some of the characteristics of light workers are they are very uniquely gifted, very powerful energies, people that come to this planet to kind of change the world or kind of heal the world from the inside out, of kind of being there for everybody else. Hi, Carmen. Thank you. It's one of those. Please ask all the questions you have about what's going on. And what I'm talking about is more like the light worker side of it. That I guess that's my forte, is talking to people with energy and like helping them understand what they're going through. So, kind of, I would say most people will ask at some point that, are they a light worker? When you first start hearing about it, they're kind of like, I'm not really sure if I'm a light worker. I'm not really sure if I'm not. It's one of those. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to become a psychic or anything else. It just means that you have higher gifts and abilities, and that you will be doing something, even if it's in your unconscious world while you are asleep. This will be happening around the world. I actually had a client a couple of days ago. A couple of months ago, and he had been a light worker his whole life. He's in his 70s. He was just like, I have never, ever, ever gotten a good night's sleep. And I was like, well, that's because you're a light worker. So it's like, you are a light worker. It's one of those light workers. And it's usually they don't sleep very well, or they don't sleep like as deep as everybody else. They will have times where they kind of like cycle and they'll deep, like almost like, I call it like the coma sleep. Like you just sleep and you have no idea. what's going on. Huge carb cravings. Yes. I had a client the other day that called me in tears, and she's been dieting for months and months and months and done really, really great. And she had 17 candy bars in one day. She was just like chocolate bars, just like, oh my gosh, I am just overwhelmed and what's going on. That's part of it, because it's like a soothing mechanism. And it's one of those, it's not necessarily for everybody else. It's soothing us, the light worker in us, of feeling overwhelmed even before it happened, even before anything was known about it, anything that was happening. It was kind of like, here they are having these cravings. Overwhelmed, or like some people have not been able to, that sort of thing, like not been able to deal with a lot of this very, very well. And so it's kind of like really overwhelming people, really a lot of energy out there. Let's see, saved a girl in sex trafficking on my birthday. That's really kind of what a light worker does. Sometimes they actually feel the dream. Sometimes they see parts of the dreams, but a lot of times it doesn't really makes sense to them, because a lot of times you only see parts of it, you only see bits of it, you don't see usually the whole picture. It's kind of like watching a movie but only watching 5 minutes at a time, or every other 5 minutes, so it kind of makes it a little bit harder. Wow. You were telling me about that, like your the thing is, though, it wasn't your time, otherwise you would have been gone. But light workers or our archangels saved you from that. It's one of those. That's kind of because your mission here isn't over. And I say that because a lot of people who are light workers will actually feel like they do have a mission. Some of us are really drawn to certain parts of the world, really, really certain parts of the continent. Maybe there may be certain countries that you're more like led to pray over, or really kind of connect with in some way. And whenever something newsworthy happens and they're on the news, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to watch this. Kind of like, I'm really drawn to this part of the world. There are different types of light workers, and I would say kind of the one that really that most people are kind of more gatekeepers. You're kind of like gatekeeping of like who can come in and out of a war zone or a conflict area, kind of cleaning up energy. It's one of those, your job is like really important, but it can also be overwhelming. So a lot of times what happens is that you work for so many weeks at a time, and then you'll take some time off. So it's kind of like, it's not just like 24 hours on and 24 hours off, or 7 days on and 7 days off. Like you'll fluctuate depending on what's going on and what is your gifts and abilities, and then how your gifts and abilities work with everybody else's. One of the other type of light workers are healers. And this can be like very phenomenal. It can be, light worker in like healing emotional pain. It could be dealing with kind of like abusive history. It can also be kind of like this really great sensitivity. And a lot of the people that are really sensitive, like their purpose is to remove extra energy or extra emotions from other people. And then that will also kind of like, they'll know how to get rid of it. It won't hang on to them. They'll kind of keep doing that. Central America. Yeah. Panther saying like Central America for her. And sometimes it's an area like Central America. And then it could also be like just one country. It could be like Peru or Colombia. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have like that specific area and studying that area. And a lot of times like we'll even like be drawn to get items from that area. Like this chest of drawers is from South America, or this chest of drawers is from South Africa, or something else. Like we're drawn to that area, Costa Rica. And then studying Reiki. Reiki is really good for a lot of people because it helps you kind of learn how to expand and then actually control your energy coming out. Where some people have that ability almost naturally, it kind of just helps in that way, kind of like, okay, I really am doing it the right way. I really am pushing my energy the right way. Some light workers are messengers, and they have this important ability, and I'm not one of these messengers, and literally they can tell you down to the minute detail who said what and at what time, and they will remember things back like 30 or 40 years. Well, President so-and-so way back 40 years ago said this, and you're just like, how do you remember that? Like, that's their job, is communication, but their job is kind of like, or the mission is globally, and making sure that everybody is getting the energy or the communication that they require or desire for that time frame. And this can also be like motivational speakers. This could be other people. Now, some people are also seers, and they kind of like either see the future, they see the past, they see the energy. So that's kind of like where we're, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have this ability to like clearly see energy. I'm one of those crazy energy seers. I see energy everywhere. And I think that's one of the interesting things is like trying to show other people like the energy's right here, and it's almost like they're blind. It's like, no, it's right here. You have to see it. And they're like, I can't see it, because that's not their gift. That's not their ability. They have other gifts and abilities. Kind of, I would say seers really struggle with like responsibility. And usually they're the ones that really have a hard time sleeping. Seers kind of seem to have like more of a difficulty calming everything down, because even in your dreams, they're very real. They're very realistic. They can be very lucid dreams. Like you feel like you're, yeah, Carmen, you are not crazy. This really, really happens. And so many people will say that, like, I have, like, literally, I had no idea I was this way. So this is really an important energy for most people. And kind of like, I think seers are kind of like encouragers in a lot of ways. One of the other ways, or another type of light worker can be, and I call them like neutral people, and they are really, really great about like facing negativity straight on and not allowing it. They're like energy is neutral on the outside, which is really like an amazing energy. So no matter what is coming at them personally, they're able to like keep that emotion away from them. She's getting emotional. So if you have been very emotional, that's okay. It's kind of like, and you may be picking up the energy from other people on here. And so basically your job is to pick up the energy. You would be, let's see. I feel like you're a manifester. So we'll get there in just a second. Okay. So dreamers are, no, we were in something else. Hold on. Neutralizers. Neutralizers are all about neutralizing the energy and kind of tackling, like virtually attacking the negative energy and like bringing it in and releasing it. They don't get stuck in this. So they don't get stuck in this energy. They have this natural like way to cleanse their system when they're doing their light worker job. They often are drawn towards like crisis jobs, firefighters, police officers, ambulance workers. Hi, Tamara. That sort of thing. So it's kind of like that energy is to pull the energy off of other people and kind of like take that in so you can let it go. But they will be in like high conflict jobs or positions. The next one are dreamers. And these people are really kind of like very spiritual, and they will have these dreams of kind of like what's coming up next, almost like, and they'll always have like a group of people that kind of follow their dreams in some way. You could have breakfast with them every morning or chat with them like once a week, and they'll tell you about their dreams, and what they're doing is passing on their dreams so you know what's coming up next. Their jobs are usually like the pioneers. They're really inventors. They really are pushing the edge of envelope, kind of like, where do we go next? And a lot of these will have like a lot will generate a lot of solutions, a lot of kind of like problem solvers, puzzle people kind of thing. Like I don't mean just like a puzzle on the table. I mean like worldwide puzzles. Like how do we solve this and how do we deal with this part? So that's what they're going to be dealing with, is kind of that bigger picture. And then next is adventurers. And these are people that really go out, and what they're really doing is going out into different parts of the world. And by putting basically feet on the ground, they are healing that energy within the ground. And so a lot of times they're the first crazy people, and usually they have some crazy family members that are going like, why are you going there? They will be drawn to a place out right after war is over, or right as the war is ending. They will be drawn to that area, and just them planting their feet on that ground will actually bring so much healing to that area. So just understand that that's what this is all about, is kind of like putting those boots on the ground to kind of really release the energy and kind of allow it. And I would tell you, a lot of them are like really love kind of adventures. They love being out in the open. They love being like just out of sight. Like they don't necessarily have to be around someone to be able to have that vision of what they need to do next. But they're the type of people that kind of jump off the cliff and keep going. And what they're really doing is picking up the energy in that area. My next ones are manifestors. And these people are really about kind of allowing other people to bring forward. And they will be the teachers. They will bring forward, like, I just feel like I have to teach this, or I have to teach the law of attraction, or I have to teach the law of gravity. I have to teach everybody this. And like, I need to teach other people so we can all come together, so we can all have this understanding. Usually there's some type of, hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Thank you. Oh, that was good. Oh, okay. So, let's see. Manifestors are all like spiritual leaders, spiritual teachers. They're always have this like special way of like breaking down huge ideas into very simple, easy ways to understand. Thank you for my bless you. It's one of those. So they really have this great way of like understanding and breaking things down like a teacher would. Like, I have this big thing to teach you, and let me break this down into bite-sized pieces so I can teach you this. And they may be natural teachers, like teaching in a classroom, but they could be like world teachers. They could be having a YouTube channel, or they could have something else. Like, they have many different things. Now, one of the things that's really interesting is most light workers don't stay in the same job. Just like everybody else, they will move into something else. They'll be like, I'm doing this, but I really think that's really cool. I want to go over there. And eventually, within a few weeks or so, they'll be in that new position. And it's one of those, they're very tradable. Like, I really want this energy. I really want to train in this. I really want to go in here. So they are going to bring in that energy very, very quickly, and really try to work diligently about bringing that forward. And I see a couple of y'all saying like, me too. So one of the things, I'm going to just do like some angel cards just for light workers. What do light workers really have to know right now? What is it that light workers require knowing at this time? This is what I'm asking angels and guides to bring forward and get this information. So the first one coming forward is this one from the back. And this one is self-acceptance. Accept who you are. Being a light worker, it just makes life a little bit easier, a little more understanding, but it's also understanding that you can also take a break. And it's okay, even when things are going bad, it's okay to take a break. It is completely okay. There are enough light workers on this planet at any given time to take over. So it's one of those, it's okay to kind of take a break. It's okay to kind of tell your angels and guides, like, tonight I need to get some good sleep. Tonight, I've got a big day tomorrow. I need to get a good sleep. Carmen's like, oh my gosh, yes. And usually their whole life, and they will go through phases. So you may be more of a manifestor for a period of time, and then you could be more of a gatekeeper, and kind of like back and forth. So it's one of those, like, you will have several of these traits. some of them will resonate like, I feel like I am this now. And then other people may be like, I felt like I was that, and now I feel like I'm this. So that all of it is okay. It's none of it is wrong. So let's do a couple of angel cards. This one is the one that's popping forward. Listen to your body, listen to your energy. Being a light worker is it's a very high calling, and it's on top of whatever else we have going on. If we're a parent, a sister, a brother, a cousin, we've got family members that are sick, whatever it is, make sure that you're listening to your own body first. Do you require taking a night off? Then do it. If you feel like today is not the day, or this isn't the time, I've really got to be there for my family at this time, it is completely okay to take time off. So listen to your body, listen to the energy is coming forward, and there are more people to take over. So it's not like you're the only one. There are always signs. There are constantly signs that certain people are light workers, and they will resonate with this more than anything else. Light workers will see signs, and sometimes we'll see signs that no one else ever sees. We will see some signs and you're like, okay, I wasn't even thinking that. Yes, we will see signs that no one else will see, and we will interpret them in ways that other people may not even understand. So that's really important for us to understand, of like, we have to explain it to other people. And I think one of the things that kind of caught my eye was going across the screen is talking about like my Psychic 101 class. And this isn't to really plug that, but I want you to understand one of the things that's most important as a light worker is to have light worker friends, because they understand you like nobody else will, because they are doing maybe not the same job, but something similar. And I think that's kind of the fun thing about teaching the class for me, is seeing people kind of become friends and getting together, that they may not have ever connected any other way, but now they're connecting through their gifts, through their abilities. And they're doing it because usually they're opposite-ended light workers. One may be a manifestor and one may be a gatekeeper, and you kind of like, they're kind of really kind of opposite ends. Yes, they can be, but you can support each other in that same energy, because we have this ability to energetically know what's going on, or energetically see things differently than other people. That's the important part. Let's do another. Unless y'all have any questions, we got like 7 or 8 minutes. If y'all have any other questions, please ask them about light workers right now. Study. If you haven't studied about being light workers, there are a couple of books out there that are there. That's kind of like an interesting part, but like study it, and study it with other people. Study being a light worker with other people can be amazingly healing, and basically kind of like, wow, understanding who I am. And I'm resonating with Carmen saying like, oh my gosh, my whole life. Yes. You will see people that you're just like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was here. Hi, Miss Carmen. How are you doing? Carmela, sorry. My brain is fried. But it's one of those, understand you require finding other people that are light like you, that you can communicate with. Carmen is one of my people. Carmela is one of my people that we can communicate on different levels, understanding the energy, being able to talk about that. And it's important. And I think that's what a lot of people understand about like meeting other people, whatever class you're going to or whatever you're going through, finding people that can understand you. If you walk into a class and go, I really couldn't go to sleep last night, I was, concerned about this, event going on. Hey, Miss Gigi, I was so overwhelmed with what was going on. I couldn't sleep. And everybody else goes, well, I was able to sleep. I took like 5 melatonin. They're not the same energy as you. And it's kind of like, almost like you can love them for where they're at, but it's one of those, it's completely different. When you talk to someone else and they're like, oh, I couldn't feel like I could wake up. Well, you have two separate ends of the aspect, but they understand. They understand like, wow, I wasn't able to do this, or I was just felt overwhelmed. I had a client that literally had to go home and had to take a nap this afternoon. She was just like, I just couldn't wake up, and I barely got up, got to work. And then a couple of hours later, I just couldn't do anything but go back and lay down and go to sleep. And she was just feeling overwhelmed. And I was like, it's because your energy's still there. Your energy's still fighting. Next one, freedom. We have the freedom to kind of step up and be a light worker for a period of time. We have a freedom to kind of step back from it. It doesn't take any energy away from what we're doing. It's one of those, that's the important part. You can still be a wife and a mom and have a regular job and all that kind of stuff. This is kind of what we do extra. This is kind of what we do because we have the energy to do it. And it's important that we step up at times, but it doesn't have to be all the time. It does not have to be all the time to be a light worker. You don't have to do it 24/7, 365. It's not, you've got to, is what we're talking about, body care. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and we're not overwhelming ourselves. If you did not sleep last night really well, this might be the night where you would want to do an energy cleanse. This may be time where you would want to do an extra salt tub. This may be a time where you really want to help and step up in that energy of what's going on. If you have not, I know a lot of y'all, there's a couple of y'all new ones on here. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I literally put out a new video every day. And last year I put out over 400 videos. And so it's one of those, it's really important to connect to other people that have the like energy. And that's one of the ways that people can connect to me and express their ideas. I had a lot of people reach out to me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, TikTok, and a couple others of like just reaching out, like what's going on, or why do I feel like this? So this is really important, kind of like an avocation. It is, Carmen, it is really important that we can do it, and then we can also take a step back from it. That's really important. And it's important to reach out to other like-minded people that have that same, maybe not the same type of energy, but understand the same type of energy. That's what's really important in this. This is the next card that's kind of, I have like two jumping at the same time. Harmony. This is what we do. We bring harmony to everything that we do. We may not do it 100% of the time, but light workers bring harmony and peace to other people. And that's, I think the best part about it is kind of bringing a lot of peace, a lot of harmony, a lot of prayers. But we normally, light workers, I will tell you, we don't pray like some other people I know. Like, we pray differently. We're praying through energy. We're praying through thoughts. We're praying through emotion, is the best way to put it. So when we're communicating, when we're validating other people's energy, we're doing it through energy. We are kind of like that kind of energy. You have to really jump into this. Like, you really have to jump into that energy of stuff, of like what's going on, how are things going. Is really important, of like where you're going with this. And light workers is something I will do several videos about light workers. If y'all have any questions, make sure you post them. I will definitely get to you. Do y'all have, in the last couple of minutes of this, have any questions about light workers or what you're going through? Is anybody going through something that I haven't talked about or discussed at this time? Is there something that we need to do? I think I do too. I think once I learned what a light worker was, I think that was the best part for me, is understanding that I'm not alone, that I'm not too overwhelmed. I can do a lot of stuff. I can join others. And I always feel like, in a crazy energetic kind of way, is that I'm always on a team. I'm never just by myself. And I think that makes it go from like me doing it to we doing it. And that we energy of we are doing it together. We are praying together. We are healing together. We are moving through this energy together. It's not just us by ourselves. It's this energetic energy of we're working together. So once we know each other, like, we start helping each other in certain ways when we're doing our light worker jobs, and we kind of really step up to the plate and work together in a very energetic way. to kind of bring healing and light to other people. And not only to that, but to us as well. I think that's the kind of the fun part for most people. That's kind of the interesting part for me, is like that sharing of the knowledge, the sharing of what's going on, so everybody can understand what we're dealing with, how we're dealing with things, and what's coming up for us. That's the interesting part. And we are always in helping mode. And helping mode, I would say, is helping. The word helping is not really a word that I really would say a lot in my regular life, because actually, if you're talking about like human words, that word would be more of assisting. I'm going to come alongside you and assist you to do something. I'm going to come alongside you and assist you in washing dishes or fixing dinner or whatever it is. But when we're talking about light workers are always in that helping mode. Assisting usually means like, I can do it without you, but it's nice for you to come alongside and join my energy and do something together. Helping means I can't do it without you. And that's what a light worker is. We can't do it by ourselves. We cannot in any way, shape, or form understand this at all by ourselves. We have to have everybody else on the same team, because there's millions of us all over the world that really bring up this energy. Embracing the low vibrations, we really do amplify a lot of energy. And I do feel like that's more of a light worker energy than anything else, is kind of like embracing the low energies and kind of bringing them up. And as they do, the low energies, kind of like the negative energies, the demonic energies, kind of keep falling off, and we keep moving up more and more. And that becomes one of those like really strong, helpful energies for us to move into, is all of us are doing this together. It's not just one person. It's not like, here, you go out and do this. And this is what we're going to do. No. It is absolutely everybody together. Coming together to get one action done. And you'll have people from different groups and different teams coming together to solve one problem. That's the cool part. That is the total cool part. If we don't have any other questions, I thank y'all for joining me tonight. I will do a Psychic 101 kickoff class Monday night at 8 Central's time for people that are interested in amping up their own abilities or understanding their abilities in a lot more ways. And then, like I said, I will be posting several more light worker videos, and make sure to kind of clear off the energy from what we've been going through on our planet the last couple of hours or so, is using energy sprays to remove energy. Salt tubs will really help. Let's see. Saging your house will be a great one as well. So that will be one as well. That will be a great energy for us to kind of come into. That will be something that's really powerful for most of us to do, and kind of allowing that energy to come at us in a different way, in a very powerful way for most of us. Make sure that you do get the rest that you require, even though it's going to seem like it's crazy the next 8 to 10 days, really back and forth with energy. Make sure that you take this time, like some time off, to relax your energy. Do a salt tub, take some time to yourself. And you can even tell your angels and guides, like, I worked the last 3 nights or the last 2 nights, and I'm going to take this night off, and then I'll work again tomorrow. And it'll make things much easier and much more accommodating for your energy. Take care of you more than anything else, because it's important. If we don't have you, then we don't have our team together. I thank y'all so much for joining me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Have a good one.